The veterans of Canada's figure skating team grew up together, and together at the Olympics in Pyeongchang, they'll write the final chapter of their careers. Analysis: Canadian figure skaters dig deep at nationals. They're hoping they've saved the best for last. Led by veteran ice dancers Tessa and Moir, pairs partners Meagan Duhamel and Radford, and Patrick Chan, all of whom plan to retire post-Pyeongchang, Canada heads into the Olympics ranked number 1 in the world in the sport. And 17 skaters strong, Canada will field the largest team there. "We have one of the strongest teams in Canadian skating history," Radford said. "Each discipline has incredible talent, incredible skaters and athletes. And I think we're very much all on the same page, which I really, really love. We're a really strong, close-knit group, and we're going to carry that energy, and I hope that it really helps us to have our best performances there." Canada named 17 skaters to their Olympic figure skating team Sunday in Vancouver. The team will be led by Tessa and Moir, who are aiming to become 2-time Olympic champions. 2,239 Figure skating is traditionally one of Canada's strongest winter sports, with 25 medals, including 4 gold. This year's team has amassed 8 world titles, Chan and Moir winning 3 apiece, and Duhamel and Radford claiming 2. Ice dancers Caitlin Weaver and Andrew Pollyer have 2 world medals. And last spring, Caitlin Osman and Gabrielle Daleman became the first Canadian women to share a world championship podium, winning silver and bronze. "It's going to be special," the team was announced Sunday morning at the University of British Columbia, a day after the Canadian Figure Skating Championships. One by one the skaters walked on stage. Proud parents dabbed at tears. "When I look at the group up here on the stage, it's pretty impressive," said Mike Slipchuk, Skate Canada's high-performance director. "It's going to be special. It's going to be sad in a way, but special." 11 team members have Olympic experience, compared to both the Vancouver 2010 and Sochi 2014 teams, which had just 3 skaters each with Games experience. Chan spoke with CBC Sports after he was nominated to represent Team Canada in figure skating at the Olympic Winter Games Pyeongchang 2018-144. Chan and Moir made their Olympic debuts 8 years ago in Vancouver, while Sochi was an Olympic first for Duhamel and Radford. In the years since, they've combined to become the face of figure skating in Canada. It's incredibly special, having grown up with so many of these skaters, having traveled together, and toured together and experienced so many firsts. First nationals, first world championships, a first Grand Prix, first Olympics, Virtue said. "There are just so many bonding experiences, we'll cherish those memories for such a long time. And there's a certain understanding that they know exactly what we're going through, and at a time like this, it's really reassuring when you have the weight of the world on your shoulders." Multiple medal possibilities to strengthen the Canadian team is its depth across the disciplines, with medal possibilities in all 4 for the first time in recent memory. Virtue, 28, and the 30-year-old Moir will battle French duo Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron, who edged them at the Grand Prix final. The 27-year-old Chan, rejuvenated by a recent move to the West Coast, hopes the medal podium is within reach. "If I deliver what I have, and I deliver the way I've been training, kind of with this new sense of confidence in my skating, it will make my experience more enjoyable, and I definitely can squeak in. I have that little glimmer of hope in my head," Chan said. "Every Olympics we get surprises. We always end up having someone on the podium that we didn't expect them to be. I'm hoping to be that person." Duhamel and Radford dominated pairs for 2 seasons, but are number 3 ranked this year. They recently scrapped their free skate, resurrecting their 2016 World Championship program to add Lee's hometown glory. The Canadian Championships made for a bittersweet week for the veterans, Radford said. Duhamel and Radford are ranked number 3 in pairs heading into Pyeongchang. Kevin Light Photography, CBC Sports. "If there's anything better than having an incredible career, it's going through it with your friends," said the 32-year-old. "They have really become more like a family, so many memories, so many years of coming through this amazing sport. Having these moments, so many ups and some horrible downs, and we've always been there for each other." Moir echoed his sentiments. "A very emotional this week, it added a lot of pressure as well," said Moir, 30. "I don't remember ever being as sentimental as we were here. The hugs and a little bit of tearing up, it's so Real. We're so lucky to be out at centre ice and to be Canadian. To be a Canadian skater is very special. Figure skating begins on February 9th, the same day as the opening ceremonies, with a team event at the Gangneung Ice Arena. Ice dancer Tessa Virtue London, ONT, Scott Moir Ilderton, ONT, Piper Jill Toronto, Paul Poirier Unionville, ONT, Caitlin Weaver Toronto, Andrew Poller Waterloo, ONT, Perce Meagan Duhamel Lively, ONT, Eric Radford Balmertown, ONT, Julianne Seguin Longwy, Q, Charlie Bilodeau Troy Spisterlees, Q, Kirsten Moore Towers St. Catharines, ONT, Michael Marinaro Sarnia, ONT, Women's Gabrielle Daleman Newmarket, ONT, Kaitlin Osman Marystown, NL Larkin Osman Coquitlam, BC Men's Patrick Chan Toronto Keegan Messing Sherwood Park, Alta. Figure skating also will begin on February 9th with the men's short program.